Hello everyone, I am your science teacher Himlata Chandolia. Student, today we are going to continue chapter number 4 of class 7 science, that is heat. Student, in this video we are going to discuss and learn about transfer of heat. In previous video we had discussed about heat, sources of heat and difference between heat and temperature. We also discuss about thermometer and types of thermometer. Students, do you remember an example which we had discussed in our early video, that is a spoon that is dipped into a hot cup of tea, and after some time you observe that spoon become warm, वो चम्मच गर्म हो जाती है. How does it happen? It is just the flow of heat. So student, there is a question, how does a heat flow? How does heat flow? So the answer is that heat always flow from hot object to the cold one. Okay, heat हमेशा गर्म से ठंडे की तरफ move करेगी. The body which is having the higher temperature, it will move to the body which is having the लो टेम्परेचर. ओके, कभी भी कोल्ड से हॉट की तरफ मूवमेंट नहीं होगा, ट्रांसफर ऑफ हीट नहीं होगा. इज इट क्लियर टू एवरीवन? सो वी कैन से दैट heat flows from a body at a higher temperature to a body at a lower temperature. और ये शिफ्टिंग कब तक होगी? जब तक कि दोनों बॉडीज इक्विलिब्रियम कंडीशंस में नहीं आ जाती हैं. व्हाट इज इक्विलिब्रियम स्टूडेंट्स? वी कैन से दैट कि दिस फ्लो ऑफ हीट कंटिन्यूज टिल बोथ द बॉडीज एक्वायर सेम टेम्परेचर, जब तक दोनों का टेम्परेचर सेम नहीं हो जाता. Is it clear to everybody? Students, the transfer of heat can be go through by 3 processes. What are they? They are conduction, they are convection, radiation. Fine. There are 3 ways through which heat can transfer. First one, remember, it's conduction. Second one, convection. Third one, radiation. Now let's discuss one by one and learn about it. Okay, first one is conduction. Beta, what is conduction? ठीक है, first we will read it and later I will explain it to you. Okay, the process by which heat is transferred from hotter end to the colder end of an object, it is known as conduction. आई होप कि कुछ समझ में आया होगा. ओके, जनरली जो कंडक्शन प्रोसेस होता है, द कंडक्शन मैथड ऑफ हीट ऑफ ट्रांसफ़र इज़ फाउंड इन सॉलिड्स. ओके, जो भी सॉलिड ऑब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं उनके अंदर कंडक्शन प्रोसेस होता है. दिस इज़ द वे, दिस इज़ द मैथड विच इज़ यूज फॉर द ट्रांसफ़र ऑफ heat. So we can say generally in solids the heat is transferred by the process of conduction. Let's understand conduction by an activity. Okay, it's very easy activity, everybody can do at home. Okay, what we have to do, we have to take a metallic strip or a metallic rod. This is our मेटेलिक रॉड. ओके, इसको हम मेटल रॉड कह देते हैं या मेटेलिक स्ट्रिप कह देते हैं. इट कैन बी ऑफ एल्यूमिनियम, स्टील, आयरन, वट एवर यू आर हैविंग. वी हैव टू जस्ट एडजस्ट रॉड. We have to provide a stand basically. If you are not having a stand, you can just put it in between 2 bricks. Fine. These 2 bricks work like a stand, and on this metallic rod we will put some pieces of wax. Fine. हम some pieces of wax को adjust करेंगे equal distance पे. ठीक है, बराबर के distance पे हमने wax के pieces रख दिए हैं. Fine. This is wax. At the one end, which is the free end, okay, we light a candle here. Okay, and when we light the candle, you will observe after some time this end become hot. ये वाला जो end है ये गर्म होना start हुआ, and you will observe that the wax which was present here, it start melting and by drop and drop it will collected here, and later on heat will transfer from here to here and other wax pieces will also start melting. So, by this experiment, by this activity, we get to know that heat transfer from the hotter end to the colder end, and it happens in solid. So, this process is done by conduction. Is it clear to everyone? Students, in all the solid objects heat transfer easily? Not exactly. On the basis of the transfer of heat, mainly we classify the objects in types. Okay, what are they? They are good conductors, they are poor or bad conductors or insulators. Okay student, so we can say that the conduction of heat energy varies from one substance to another. Let's start with the good conductors. What are good conductors? We already had studied about in our previous classes also. The material which allows the transfer of heat easily, ओके जो हीट एनर्जी है उसको ईजीली ट्रांसफ़र करता है, अपने आप अपने से पास होने देता है, दे आर नोन एज गुड कंडक्टर्स ऑफ हीट. फाइन. And all the metals like copper, steel, aluminium, iron, they are the good examples of good conductors. Okay students, what are bad conductors or poor conductors, or we can say what are insulators? Students, the material which do not allow the transfer of heat energy easily, they are known as poor conductors, or we can say bad conductors or insulators. Important question here. Fine. Remember all the examples. Just like the pencil is made of wood, your plastic ruler which you are using as a stationary item, okay, glass rod and rubber tubes, these are the examples of insulators, bad conductors of heat. Okay students, you can easily observe bad conductors and good conductors by an activity. What we have to do? We have to take a beaker in which we have to fill hot water, and we have to put some good conductors, some bad conductors or insulators in it. We have to dip just like the plastic ruler, pencil, metallic spoon. Okay, I am using the word metallic spoon, that is why, because nowadays we are having disposal also. Okay, and some glass rod also. After some time you will observe that कि जो आपका प्लास्टिक रूलर है विद पेंसिल है, ये हॉट नहीं होते हैं, दे डोंट गेट वार्म, बट योर मेटेलिक स्पून बिकम वार्म, वो आपको गर्म लगेगी. इट शोज़ दैट कि फ्रॉम वाटर ही ट्रांसफर टू spoon. That is the same example like that कि a spoon dip into the hot cup of tea. Is it clear to everybody? Beta, convection is the flow of heat through a fluid from place of higher temperature to the lower temperature. Okay, and student, fluid means liquid and gases. Fine, we are including gases and liquid in fluids. Okay class, so what is convection? Convection means the flow of heat through fluids from a place of higher temperature to the place of lower temperature. Is it clear everybody? Okay students, let's understand convection of heat in water. For that we are doing an activity. Okay, by this activity we can find out convection currents in liquids, how the convection of heat takes place in liquid. Have a look here students, we are having such a setup. We are having a conical flask. Okay, this is a flask and we are having a burner here, or we can take a candle also. Okay students, what we have to do? We have to fill this flask with water. Okay, and we will put some potassium permanganate crystals in this water. Okay, and we will provide heat to that flask where we are placing the crystals of potassium permanganate. And as the water heats, ठीक है, जैसे ही वाटर हीट होना स्टार्ट होगा उस एरिया में जहाँ पे पोटेशियम परमैंगनेट के क्रिस्टल्स हैं, वहाँ से वाटर मूव करना स्टार्ट करेगा. एंड वी नो मूव कहाँ से कहाँ होता है, फ्रॉम द प्लेस ऑफ हैविंग द हायर टेम्परेचर टू द लोअर वन. Okay, we already had discussed this thing. So from here the water is rising up, and from side the water take place the position of this. Okay, यहाँ से पानी ऊपर जाना स्टार्ट होगा और जो cold water है it will take its position, and we can easily observe this convection in water by these purple color currents. Fine, पानी यहाँ पर गर्म होना स्टार्ट हुआ, and now it will leave its position, it will move towards the area which is having lower temperature, और जहाँ पर lower temperature है वो from side it will take the it will come here, and this process will continue till the whole water become heated. Is that clear, student? In this way we can understand convection of heat in water, and this is a fluid. Okay, I hope this concept, this activity makes clear in your mind. Okay students, let's proceed to the next one. Let's understand convection in air. What we have to do, we have to just light a candle and we have to put our one hand on the flame, okay, and one hand on the side of the candle. Okay, after some time you will feel, you will observe that your this hand which is on the above of the flame becomes hot, it feels hot, but the hand which is on the side of the candle, it is not feeling so hot as comparative to the hand which is at the top position. Why it is so, beta? Because the air which is present here, because of the flame, it becomes hot and it moves upwards. Fine, and the air which is present near the side hand, it doesn't get so much heat. Fine, it still remains here, and we can say the convection of heat is not so much in that side. Fine students, in this way the convection in water and convection in air takes place. Fine students, let's discuss about the natural convection currents. Okay, अब ये natural convection currents कहाँ होते हैं बेटा? We can observe them on the coastal areas, और जिन्हें हम क्या कहते हैं? coastal breezes. Fine, जो coastal areas में जो ठंडी ठंडी हवाएं चलती हैं. Okay, अब you might have seen that the houses which are near the seashore or near the sea area, they are having window on the sea side. Why? We will discuss it. Okay, students, during daytime what happen exactly? Just have a look on the diagram. I will explain it to you first. During daytime water and land both become warm, ठीक है, but what is the temperature of water बेटा? अब उसको गर्म होने के लिए कितना टेम्परेचर चाहिए? What is the boiling point of water? It is 100 degrees Celsius, isn't it? So comparative to water, land becomes hot first, and जैसे ही land hot होती है, the air around it moves towards the sea. क्यों? sea के पास क्या है? ठंडी हवा. There is cold. Okay, and as the cold waves found that कि यहाँ पर जगह खाली हो गई है, they start moving towards here. Okay, in this way they make a cycle, hot to cold, cold to hot. Fine, and the waves which are coming from sea, they are called as sea breeze. समुद्र से आने वाली breeze कहलाते हैं. Let's discuss or read it again. During day the land heats up faster than sea, and I told you why. Because the boiling point of water is 100 degree and it will take time to heat the sea. Okay, the hot air is above the land rises and cooler air from the sea takes its place. Fine. समुद्र से आने वाली हवा ने लैंड पे जो हवा थी उसकी जगह ले ली. फाइन. द वार्म एयर फ्रॉम द लैंड मूव्स टूवर्ड्स द सी टू कंप्लीट द साइकिल. Fine, student. So we can say that this produce a cool breeze from sea to land. Always remember, sea से land पे आने वाला जो breeze है, that cool breeze, that cool wave, they are called sea breeze. Okay. अब रात में क्या होता है? रात में जस्ट इसका अपोजिट होता है. वहाँ क्या होता है? लैंड है ना, वो जल्दी, बेटा एक चीज़ ध्यान रखिएगा, ज़मीन जो लैंड है, ज़मीन जो है वो जितनी जल्दी गर्म होती है उतनी ही जल्दी ठंडी होती है. अब पूरे दिन भर के सन की हीट की वजह से हमारा जो सी वाटर है, इट बिकम्स हॉट, इट बिकम्स वार्म नाउ. ओके, सो द लैंड कूल्स फास्टर दैन सी. द वार्म एयर अबव द सी राइजेज. अब गर्म हो गया तो किस तरफ मूव करेगी? हॉट टू कोल्ड. इट मूव्स टू द cool area which belongs to the land. ठीक है. So the cool air from the land moves towards the sea and that is producing the land breeze. ठीक है. अब यहाँ इस डायग्राम में देखिए, रात के टाइम पे समुद्र जो है, हमारा जो सी है, ये गर्म है, लैंड गर्म है, बट ये जितनी जल्दी गर्म होती है उतनी जल्दी ही ठंडी हो जाती है. तो सी से क्या है, कौन आएगा? हॉट वेव्स. कहाँ आएंगी? लैंड के पास, यहाँ ऑक्यूपाई करती हैं. ठीक है. और जो लैंड के पास से ठंडी हवाएं हैं वो कहाँ चली जाएंगी? समुद्र के पास. तो जो लैंड से आने वाली जो कूल वेव्स हैं, जो हवा है, जो कूल एयर है, दैट इज़ प्रोड्यूसिंग द लैंड ब्रीज. एंड हियर टू इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन अराइजेस. लैंड ब्रीज कब होता है? एट द टाइम ऑफ नाइट. सी ब्रीज कब होता है? एट द टाइम ऑफ डे. Is it clear to everybody? What is convection? How convection takes place in water, in air, and what are natural convection currents, the coastal breezes? Okay, let's proceed with the next method, the next way of heat of transfer, and that is radiation. Beta, we already had discussed about conduction and convection, and we also know that कि conduction generally takes place in solid and convection takes place in fluids. Okay, fluids means the gases and the water, we can say. Okay, but radiation don't require any medium to transfer heat. So we can say that conduction and convection both require medium for the transfer of heat. अच्छा, you remember that कि from sun we are getting the sunlight. Do we have any medium? कि हमारे पास कोई है कि नहीं, इसके थ्रू हमारे पास आ रही है? No, we don't have any medium. Without medium we are getting sunlight. So we can say that the sun's heat reaches us through space where there is no medium. Fine. And this is only just possible because of रेडिएशन. इससे हम ये कह सकते हैं कि रेडिएशन में हमें किसी मीडियम की ज़रूरत नहीं है, इसीलिए हमें सनलाइट बिना किसी मीडियम के इजीली मिल जाती है. स्टूडेंट्स, रेडिएशन इज़ द प्रोसेस ऑफ हीट ट्रांसफ़र in which heat directly passes from one body to other body without involving the particles of the medium. Fine, again and again the same thing is repeating. हमारे स्पेस में या हमारे सराउंडिंग में विदाउट मीडियम हीट का जो ट्रांसफ़र होता है, इट इज़ जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ रेडिएशन. अब व्हाट हैपन एग्जैक्टली बेटा, व्हेन एवर द लाइट, और वी आर जस्ट टेकिंग द एग्जांपल ऑफ सनलाइट, सनलाइट फॉल्स अपॉन एन ऑब्जेक्ट. ठीक है, उसमें से क्या होता है, अ पार्ट ऑफ लाइट इज़ एब्जॉर्ब्ड, कुछ तो वो ऑब्जेक्ट एब्जॉर्व कर लेता है. अ पार्ट इज़ रिफ्लेक्टेड, कुछ रिफ्लेक्ट हो जाता है. ठीक है, एंड अ पार्ट में बी ट्रांसमिटेड. फाइन स्टूडेंट, सो वी कैन से दैट बेटा टेम्परेचर ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट increases ड्यू टू द एब्जॉर्ब्ड पार्ट ऑफ रेडिएंट हीट। समझ में आया सब बच्चों को? स्टूडेंट, darker surfaces are the very good conductors of heat, or we can say the transfer of the heat from the darker substances is higher than as comparative to the plain ones, okay? And we can just explain, or we can just justify our answer by this activity. What we have to do, we have to take two containers. First container जो black container है, we have वो है, and second container that is our plain, that is of the white color or the plain color, हमारा जो metallic होता है। हमने दोनों containers में water fill किया and we put both the containers under the sunlight. बेटा, after some time we will observe that the water in the black container is more hot than the white container. It is just because of that black color. So the darker surface, the dark surfaces absorb more heat. Fine beta, that's why in summers we are usually wearing light colors, because if we will wear the dark colors, they will absorb the heat and feel us uncomfortable. एंड अपोजिट होता है विंटर्स में। विंटर्स में हम डार्क कलर क्लोथ्स पहनना पसंद करते हैं बिकॉज द डार्क सरफेस एब्जॉर्ब मोर हीट। ओके स्टूडेंट्स, let's talk about the very interesting section of our video, that is, do you know? Yes, in do you know we are just having some interesting facts. Students, woolen cloths keep us warm. Yes, everybody knows. ठीक है, that's why we wear them in winter season. It is because wool is poor conductor of heat. Yes, in fiber to fabric में हमने पढ़ा था ये चीज़, ठीक है? And it has air trapped in between the fibers. समझ में आई चीज़? ठीक है, वूल हमारा पुअर कंडक्टर ऑफ हीट है और इसकी जो फाइबर्स होते हैं उनके अंदर एयर ट्रैप्ड होती है, एंड वी नो एयर इज अ पुअर कंडक्टर ऑफ हीट. Okay, and that's why the reason we are wearing layer and layers of cloth during winter season instead of wearing a thick coat of layer. समझ में आ गया? हम एक मोटा स्वेटर पहनने से ज़्यादा बेटर फील क्या करते हैं कि हम 2-3 लेयर पहनना पसंद करते हैं, just because of that reason. Students, and again just the light color clothes reflect moves the heat that falls upon them. Fine. And darker surfaces absorb. Light क्या करता है? Reflect ज़्यादा करता है, darker absorb ज़्यादा करते हैं. Therefore, we feel more comfortable wearing them in summers. Fine student, I hope it is clear to everybody what is conduction, what is convection, and what is radiation. What is conduction? Conduction is generally happen in solid substances in which the heat transfer from the hotter end to the colder end. Fine. In convection, it flows from the part which is having hot temperature towards the cold temperature. Fine. Same, what is the difference between hot convection and radiation? कि conduction में और convection में we need medium, but in radiation we don't require any medium. Here the darker objects absorb the heat and the lighter color objects reflect the heat. That's why we are wearing the darker clothes in winters and light color clothes in summer. Is it clear to everybody? In coming video we will discuss the question answer exercise section of this chapter. Till then, revise what we had learnt. Okay, take care everyone. Thank you.